welcome to the show. In this episode of all things writing, language, trivia, we'd like to look at things that we always wonder why they are the way they are, but often don't have the explanation. So let's dive right in. Who is Pete in For Pete's Sake? We've already heard the saying, for Pete's sake, but who is Pete? I'm not sure we know. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. It always helps. And like the video so that we know what you like, and also to help the algorithms and all things of that nature. So, is Pete even a person? Let's explore the origins of the phrase, for Pete's sake. When I think of the phrase, for Pete's sake, I hear it with a tone of exasperation. Perhaps that's why I thought the Pete in question might be Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up. After all, who hasn't been exasperated by a childish prank? But it turns out Pete may not refer to a person at all. For Pete's sake is an idiom or an expression whose meaning cannot be derived from the literal meaning of individual words in the phrase. Let's give it a try anyway. The word sake comes from the Old English word saku, S-A-C-U, meaning a cause or dispute. These days, sake, S-A-K-E, refers to a purpose or motive, and it almost always appears in a clause, such as, for the sake of time, or for my sake. So, if we go back to for Pete's sake, we have something that means for the benefit of Pete. For Pete's sake is often used as a euphemism, a literally device that we talk about, in modern English, a less vulgar replacement for a curse word, or in this case, a religious word. So, for example, oh my gosh is a euphemism to avoid saying, oh my God. There is a popular theory that the Pete in question was St. Peter. However, this is likely a folk etymology, as there is no evidence anyone purposely chose Peter to refer to the saint. A folk etymology is when a plausible origin is adopted to match a current usage, similar to a backronym, which is very interesting. You guys should look that up. What's a backronym? And leave a comment down below in the comment section if you know what a backronym is. But I don't think there's any basis in that fact. The first citation for Pete's sake is the Oxford English Dictionary in its 1903 edition, but the similar sounding phrase for pity's sake is much older. It has been around since at least the early 1600s, and it appeared in Shakespeare's Othello. If you haven't read Othello or seen Othello, please go do that. You'll be doing yourself a favor. The phrase, for Pete's sake, has also been used sporadically since the 1600s, although for Pete's sake of peace is more common. It's not a stretch to assume that for Pete's sake evolved out of that similar pronunciation of Pete and peace. So for Pete's sake isn't the only idiom named after no one. We can't forget Heavens to Betsy and By George. And although there have been several notable individuals named Sam Hill in American history, such as the abolitionists, the phrase, what in Sam Hill, predates all of them. In all of these idioms, the name in question could refer to any Tom, Dick, or Harry, who also were not specific people. I think you see what we did there. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Please leave a comment if you know further or have any more information about this. We'd be very interested to know what you think. And let's figure this out together. It's the holidays. Head over to buymeacoffee.com/Samson King and make a donation. Helps the channel. And hit the like button, and please make sure you subscribe. That would be great. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.